Hello, everybody, and welcome to #WINELADS Series 2, Episode 3. Coming at you with the third one. I need a catchier name for that.
Coming at you like Cleopatra.
That's
or
better.
is it Cleopatra coming at you? That sounds right. That sounds right. Yeah.
That then. What he said. That's how it is now. I'm cool. Anyway, so yeah, today we'll have a special guest today. We'll do all our chit chatting when he arrives. Got an old friend of mine, guy by the name of Nick Horder, or Sticko. He's a man of many names. So Nick, Sticko, Nicky the Reach. Call him lots of different things. Old bandmate of mine, and all round good fella. So. I've
never met him before.
No, you've never met this one either. We've got a few of these where you've never actually met these people. So,
which is pretty good because it means I'm making some new bloody friends.
Oh. He's quite the friend to have. So this is going to be our first international guest. So,
oh yeah,
yeah.
Tell us where he is from. Or lives.
Well, he used to live in Cambridge, which is where I met him. But
yeah, he's from here, isn't he?
Yeah, so he's I don't know if he's from Cambridge. I met him here anyway. Here? I'm not in Cambridge. When I was in Cambridge. But he now lives in Portugal. So he moved out there a few years ago, and we'll get him to tell you about that rather than me, because I chat a load of bollocks. So all our banging on about Portuguese wines and blah, 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 let's get it straight from the horse's mouth itself. So
straight from the porch's mouth.
Sticko, everybody.
What's going on?
How's it going, dude?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Excited to drink wine with lads.
Yes,
that is
right
what
place.
We do.
Well, it's nice to have you on, man. Nice to meet you, because obviously I've never met you before.
Nice to meet you, man. We've never met. No. Although I feel naturally endeared towards you because you remind me very much of two people that I grew up with, kind of smashed together. So
cool.
There you go.
I've got those Pitaro earrings on, and I've fused, and that's actually who I am.
Nice.
How are you guys?
Yeah, all good on my end. So it's long old week, standard. Just a lot of being in my house. A lot of being in my house.
A lot of bean in your house?
I do eat a lot of beans, but
was that what you said?
No, it wasn't at all. A lot of being in my house.
A lot of being, right.
As we record this now, we're in the second lockdown in England.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're in a kind of, I don't know, halfway house of lockdown. It's bizarre. It's like all different regions have different things. And this weekend, we've just gone into like a more elevated thing because it's been really, in Portugal on the whole, it's been quite small. And especially in our area, it's been like up until a week ago, like 20 cases or something. But then now it's gone through the roof, so we're all sat at home. But home is like where I spend most of my time anyway, because of living on the farm. So
that sounds like what we've just come from. We had like a tiered system for different areas in England, and now that's what we're going back to allegedly on the 2nd of December, if Boris keeps his promise, which is probably not going to happen.
I feel that's a promise he shouldn't have made, because he can't.
He loves making promises and breaking them.
True. It's the way of politics. You can't, you got to keep them guessing. I think I don't know if that's their open strategy, but you got to treat them mean, keep them keen.
Yeah, exactly. But behind the scenes, that's what they're all saying.
But are we really doing it? Oh fuck, no. See how we feel on the day, yeah.
Who bloody cares?
So probably might do.
What's the two?
It feels like a them problem rather than a me problem.
Yeah, and I mean we're lucky because like our language is not. We can speak Portuguese pretty good, but not good enough to like really get the nuance of the news and stuff. So we sort of, we just pick out word by word. So like COVID bad, new lockdown. Okay.
Less whiff waff. There's a lot of whiff waff here.
Yeah.
He did some announcement the other day where he used like the phrase "the first toot of the bugle." Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, that's some fucking relatable language there, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Who's down with the kids?
Yeah. God, and during our intro, I thought I was being fucking uncool. Jesus Christ, fucking bugle toots.
You there, bugle boy. What's the meaning of this hullabaloo?
Anyway, yeah. So I mean, speaking of, so you're in Portugal right now.
I am, yeah, coming to you live and direct from Portugal
via satellite.
Via satellite link up, baby. Yeah, no, it's good here. It's pretty sunny today. I don't know what the weather's like where you are.
Cold. It was rainy a bit this morning. I think it's been okay, but it's just been a bit. We had an Amazon man come to the door just moments before before we started recording, and it was for alcohol, so we had to give him ID, and I didn't have socks on, and my feet got cold.
Oh
shit, man, that's fucking devastating.
We started burning firewood like about 2 weeks ago, so it's been cold, but it's pretty sunny. Mainly this week I've been chasing a goat around. We've got two goats. We did have 3, and I, as you'll be pleased to know, did make a goat sacrifice on Halloween. That was, that was
for real.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. We got a family of goats, and the younger boy had reached maturity, so he was called Freud for obvious reasons, that his mother was not off the table. So then
Brilliant
he needs
phrasing.
to go on the table, I guess. So then it was a planned thing. And then it was only sort of the week before that I realized that it was going to be Halloween. And I thought, that's pretty good, sacrificing a goat on Halloween. We did eat some because I thought if you eat some straight away, then it's not technically a sacrifice. And the hell portal might not open. So
once it's dead, surely that's good enough. Like,
oh really?
I would imagine. Well, no, because I don't actually know a lot about sacrificing goats, believe it or not.
No.
I just know, like, to be honest, I just know what I see in films, and you never really know what happens to the goat afterwards.
I feel like you're not supposed to eat it because it's for like the gods, right?
But is the blood for the gods, or what do you do? What do they do with it? Just like leave it there?
Yeah, I mean that seems like, in the olden days as well, that seems like a sort of a nightmare for germs. And I don't know if you like the Amazons or the Aztecs, used to sacrifice like 100 cows or something in one go. If you just left them there, I don't know, after a week, it's not going to be pretty up there.
No, quite I don't know, like pestilent.
Yeah, exactly.
There was a lot more pestilence back in those days. I say this during a pandemic, but there still was more.
Yeah,
just a lot, just general pestilence, just
a lot more low level.
Yeah, just localized laying around pestilence.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, cool. So just 2 goats now, then.
Yeah, so just 2 goats, and one of them is like Satan. Like I'll send you a picture and you can put it like there. And time it with the point.
Consider it done. It's already done.
But he's like one of those proper like Satan, beard, kind of the flat horns. And I do believe he is Satan, because no matter what fencing I build, he manages to escape. Sometimes you just have no idea how. It's just like he teleports to in the veg garden eating the vegetables, which is not good. That's a very satanistic thing to do.
Yeah, it feels less satany when you're like, he escaped to eat a turnip.
Yeah, I suppose eating vegetables isn't that satany. No,
I don't know. I mean, I've never really considered Satan's diet.
No,
I guess. Well, let's just true. But at least he would. Let's assume that a Satan goat. The goat still needs sustenance, and I assume Satan would not be silly or stupid, rather, so would need to feed the goat. This has gone off track.
It's gone. Where are we?
Maybe Satan is a bit of like, he's a clumsy sort of slapstick which button do I press again, boss? And that's just what people thought was like evil in those times. And he's just a misunderstood guy.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'll
Leonard
get
the
behind
goat
it.
is not misunderstood.
He knows what he's doing.
He's fucking weird though. Do you know anything about goats? I didn't really know very much when we got goats, but on the third morning I went to feed the goats, I let them out, and Leonard came walking out. Satan. And he literally, his weird dick came out. It's like a little thin kind of point, about like that long. He leant back, pissed in his own face, just all in his face. And then he turned around to me and he sort of went and just stared at me like that. I was like, fucking you are gross.
That's my morning wake up.
Yeah, hadn't even had coffee. I mean,
wow. Outstanding stuff.
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
So this is like this is one of those sort of clips. You're like, meanwhile, in Portugal.
Yeah. Goat pissing in his own face.
What other animals do you have on the farm?
We've got lots of chickens and 2 pigs.
Oh, pigs.
2 dogs and 3 cats.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is it still the same 2 dogs as when I visited you?
Yeah, Ludo
Excellent.
and Nevi. Yeah. I saw actually on the Jazz episode that his dog is also called Ludo.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. There was a dog in St. Neots. There was a Ludo dog in St. Neots as well, and up until end of last year, unfortunately, when he passed away.
Yeah, it was weird. I can't believe I never told you. I knew 3 dogs at the same time called Ludo.
Wow.
Which is not a name you think of as a common name. Like, oh yeah, it's like, you got like Steve, Chris, Ludo.
Yeah. Oh, actually, a friend of mine who I work with has just got a puppy, and I'm pretty sure he's named that puppy Ludo.
Fucking hell. Wow.
It's a labyrinth reference. Yeah.
Just anyone of, I guess, like our age. They're all.
Yeah, I was going to say, are we all the owners of Ludo dogs around the same age? Probably. Yeah.
Nice. Right, should we crack open some wine?
Let's reveal the wine. Yeah, I'm going to go last because it's a special one.
Okay, well, Nick, you should go first because you're the guest and you're in Portugal. We've been talking a lot about Portuguese wines, so
yeah,
it
is a Portuguese wine.
Oh,
it's got a picture of a boot on it. It's called Bota Velha, which means old boot. I thought that was a good choice. I've
Not
seen
just
it
a clever name.
Yes, I've seen it a few times in the supermarket, and it's a bit like out of my normal price range because wine is super cheap here. So it was €6, but normally the wine we buy is like €6 for a box, a 5-litre box as well.
Oh,
wow!
Yeah, ye gads.
Exactly. And it doesn't really, I had a look earlier, it doesn't really say anything on the back, except for it does say we wore out our boots in search of the best Douro old vineyards. So
nice.
But apart from that, so it's a Douro, which is like a region south of here. Where we live is like the Dow region, which is more like acidic kind of wines, less tannins, like less kind of aged in barrels and stuff like that. Also a lot of new wine here, which is like before it goes into bottles, you sort of make it and then you leave it for like the winter in the fermentation tank, and then you just drink it, and it's like the scrumpy of wine. So yeah, I'm interested about Bota Velha. I'm hoping it's going to be good. The Douro wine is like my favorite region in Portugal.
Ooh, very nice. You already know way more about wine.
Yeah, I was going to say that's some good knowledge.
That is the most detailed rundown of a wine. Mine is usually I went to Lidl.
Okay.
I was wondering if you went to Lidl and just like if you were going to get some like local wine, or whether you were just going to go to the Lidl.
The Lidl. I mean, It's funny, I did have a bottle of wine already, but it was from Lidl, and I was like, God, it would be fucking really embarrassing if I like pull out the bottle of wine and then one of you just has the same.
I mean, it's happened before. Me and Jazz had the same box of wine, or almost the same box of wine. Yeah.
I'm amazed that hasn't actually happened before, where just like everyone just turns up with the same thing because we all just went to Tesco that day.
Yeah, the Tesco, because obviously me and Boo live right next to each other.
Okay.
Just go to Tesco.
Okay.
I apologise for the creaky chair, by the way. You'll probably be able to pick it up.
I've got a bit of one too.
No, I don't. I've got my shit together.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
I've just got a well greasy like swivel handle on it on my multicoloured chair. It's a hideously coloured chair, so seriously, you can see like.
Oh, it's that one, yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, no, I'm into it too. In a house that's just almost like nothing but black and grey everywhere, it's quite nice to have one random splodge of colour in there. Anyway.
What's with the patchwork elephant, Elmer?
I don't know who that is. No.
Never mind.
I don't know what
Look it up.
Okay. Yeah, I will. Send me a link.
Okay.
I went for that sort of had one. I don't think it's the same one. It's not the same one I've had before. I've got a Rioja from Dominican de origin, Calificada. So I'm assuming that's Californian. I don't know. I don't really know. It's a Cepe Labrel. I've definitely had one of them, and I remember saying possibly offensive things about Italy while I was drinking one. I don't know. It sounds like something I would drunkenly do, but not mean, of course, because I don't have.
What's the matter with you? I mean,
we can leave that one in. I know I say all these things, but they may have been some of the shit I cut out at another point. They haven't heard some of the things I say. I'm basically making myself sound like a racist now. Fuck. Anyway, it's not from Lidl for once. I think it's in Tesco, although I don't remember buying it. So I think it's Tesco though.
Nice.
That's it from me.
Oh, all right. Well, now I've been holding on to this one for a few months. So I'll bloody tell you a little story. So when lockdown wasn't so tight and you could bubble with people and whatnot and so on and so forth, me and my girlfriend took a trip to Beverley, where my parents have a house. They were vacated from the house at the time, so we stayed in that house. And we went around, and not only while we were there did I make fantastic burgers, which I can't seem to replicate anymore. It's all in the mince. There was a little independent wine/beer shop. I can't remember the name of it. It was a little witty name. I remember enjoying the sign outside, and I went in. Well, I looked in the window, and you can see why I was drawn to this bottle of wine.
Space Invader wine.
Yeah.
Space Invader wine.
Fuck yeah!
So,
awesome.
It's called Invasion of Great Taste. Load Invaders. And I went to have a look. I was like, I've got a. It was actually Lauren's idea to. She was like, that would be a good one for Wine Lads. I was like, way ahead of you. Ran into the store, pushed everyone out of my way. There was no one else in there. And I went over to this bottle of wine. Now, it is the most expensive wine that I've probably ever bought in my life. I think we're talking about £17. So hopefully it's good. But I had to have it because not only is it cool and Space Invaders, it's not a red wine. It's not a white wine. It's an orange wine.
Oh,
What?
Yeah. I didn't know what fucking. I talked to the guy who was very helpful. If I can remember the name of the place, we'll put a link to like their website or something in the description. It was very, very helpful, very knowledgeable, very, very friendly guy. Yeah, orange wine. So he explained to me that it's something to do with it's like a white wine that's fermented for longer with skin on the grapes. So it's almost like it's like a hybrid of white wine, but made as though it's a red wine. It's the fermenting process is as long as they would do for red. That's someone with more knowledge could probably correct me on that, but it's something to do with the skins being left on it being fermented for longer. So it's got more tannins in it. It lasts a bit longer than white wine. So yeah, it's kind of like a weird hybrid. So I'm quite excited to try it. I did look it up on that Vino app, or the Vino app that I mentioned the other time. People weren't giving it the best reviews, and also the average price I paid maybe a couple of quid over.
Oh,
but,
well, when you go to a little shop, that's what you pay. You got to pay that extra couple of quids what keep those little shops running.
Exactly, and it was a very nice little shop. And also, I bought 2 other bottles of wine in that shop. One for me ma and stepdad, and then one for me and my girlfriend to share, which was also very nice. Which I have reviewed on the app. I'm not going to look at it now, but yeah. So good wines all round. We'll see if we can go for a third. I don't know if it's meant to be chilled. I was like, oh, I should do half an hour. I looked everywhere. It told me the percentage, the degrees to have it, but it was like, if it's too cold, you'll lose some of the taste. I was like, do you know what? I'm not going to fridge it at all. So yeah. Oh, and also it's supposed to have an AR game on it, which I downloaded the app for. Doesn't work.
Oh, it's not off.
Where's it from?
Stuff.
It is from Austria.
Oh, cool.
It's from Austria. Wineland. Wiener. Sorry, it says Wineland on the back.
My mum lives in Austria, and there's so much wiener merch. It's unbelievable.
Should we crack into these old wines there? I thought when you said it was an orange wine, I assumed that meant it was made with oranges.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Oh, good. It's not just me. I was thinking, like, am I a fucking idiot? Like, is that just, oh, fuck, what a noob. Doesn't even know what a fucking orange.
It's steaming it like it is, like it is cold. Okay, kind of. Okay, to me, obviously on the camera there, for people watching this, that probably just looks like a white wine. It's a bit cloudier on my end and looks a bit more like cider. I'm going to swirl it. I'm swirling, and I go, oh, what's it going to smell like? It smells like white wine. Uh-oh.
Does it taste bad?
I haven't tried it yet. It smells like white wine.
Fortunately, this doesn't smell like old boots, which would be...
That was going to be my first question.
That would have been a good gag by the company.
Yeah,
made his own old boot juice.
That's just how it is filtered through a shoe. To give it that authentic, rustic, the everyday working man taste.
Yeah, the working man's wine.
The blue collar wine of Portugal.
I need to get some of those stemless ones. You both have stemless wine glasses. I need them.
This one smells like quite vanilla-y. Like
it's quite vanilla-y as well. I was going to say.
I like the sound of that.
Be kind of oaky probably. Normally, if it's like vanilla-y. There's no information on that bottle, so I was hoping actually for a WINELADS first to let you know that I've actually made wine.
Oh,
like, I've made wine.
Oh my god, why has it taken so long to get you on here? This is what you've been waiting for, people.
Anyway, let's come back to that, because we need to know.
Absolutely, let's talk about.
Let's have a taste.
I'm dying to taste this wine.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers. What?
What's happening?
What? Hang on. What? Wait. Let me try that again. Hang on. What?
I've never seen anyone react like that to wine.
No, I've never seen this. This is again WINELADS first here, people. An entirely
I don't know
new
if I can describe that. So it smells very much like. I'm sorry. I'm just going to go into what mine tastes like.
Just do it.
That smells very much like white wine, but the taste. I don't know what that fucking tastes like. It doesn't taste like white. It doesn't taste like red. It doesn't taste like rosé. It's almost warm. It's kind of really nicely warm in your mouth and all the way down your throaty. Hang on, one more. You get this, and it almost feels like when it first enters your mouth, you're going to expect a big acidic hit from that, but then it's really smooth and it goes down, and it almost makes you feel like this is fizzy. No, it's not fizzy, but it feels like it could be fizzy. Am I fizzy? No, I'm not fizzy. I'm smooth.
It sounds like you're describing, it's the fizziness like when you leave like a bottle of Coke over like, you know, when you've left it on the side for a bit and you have a little drink of it hoping it's still going to be fizzy, but it's not, but it sort of is at the same time.
It's kind of different as well though. It's really hard to describe. I don't, other than this manic rambling, I can't really.
Has it got any flavors to it? Any flavors? Describe the flavors. Pick a fruit.
Maybe a tiny, almost like a bit tropical. Like maybe a bit of mango, maybe a bit of pineapple or something like that in there. I don't know if that's just the colour throwing me off.
So we're not ruling out that is a bottle of Umbongo. It's the right colour.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a tropical taste.
And weird, because that would have been made in the Congo.
Oh, yeah, true. Wait, which one was too orangey for crows? That's Kiora.
That's Kiora.
Yeah.
Which was super racist, wasn't it? The pictures of that.
Yeah, wasn't it like the sort of Disney Crow style vibes? Yeah. Yeah. Where are you now, Kiora? Hey.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
Bongo's still riding high.
That's good.
That's good. It's on Bongo a national treasure.
Yeah.
I assume it's only from this country. Which probably just makes it. Well, yeah, Umbongo is probably racist as well. Do they drink it in the Congo?
Probably not.
We're just assuming because there's.
Then it's a lie.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, Umbongo's.
But was that amount of animals involved in the processing, like of that drink? You know, because isn't it like the python picked the passion fruit, the marmots? I mean, there's animal cruelty lawsuits all over that.
Yeah. Either that or it's just like the African version of Animal Farm.
Oh, apparently mandarin and passion fruit. So I was off. I said
they tropical. They sound tropical enough.
No, they are tropical.
Tropical.
It's tropical and exotic aromatic. Oh, so I kind of got that bit right. With gentle tannins. I thought it said genitalia. Gentle tannins on palate. I'm into it.
Cool.
Nice. Bowman, do you know what? I'm going to save you a bit of this, and I'm going to drop it round.
Oh, brilliant!
You got to see.
Yeah, I'd love to. Thank you.
Got to see, man.
Awesome.
That's creepy.
That is creepy.
Yeah. Wow.
Cool.
I thought there was a vampire like coming out of a coffin.
How far back does your chair lean? Because if you can lean all the way back and come like
only this far. Hang on. Oh, that's a great shot of me. That's it. I can't get my. Hello.
That is the least graceful vampire. Oh, my fucking legs. Oh, that bastard coffin. Oh, fucking hell.
Where's my vegan pasties?
Fucking Blackburn Dracula. Don't know why that's happening. Let's move on. Sticko, how's yours?
Yeah, it's good. It's maybe probably a bit cold, like colder than it should be. It was in the car like this afternoon instead of being like in the house. But it's like, I mean, it's like, it's nice, but it does feel like your standard red wine, you know. It's very like dry. It's kind of maybe like cherry, like black cherry kind of taste, and vanilla, and yeah, that kind of oaky dryness. It's not really not feels really nice in the mouth. So it's kind of got that like exactly giggity. But yeah, and it's quite thick. It's got that kind of thick vibe going on.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It's not a Portuguese 6 euro bottle of wine. Like if you spend €6, you're like, fuck, this is great. But hey, it's got a nice picture of an old boot on it.
Yeah, I like good wine labels.
Yeah.
So I'm just basically going to copy and paste your response. Everything you just said just basically describes mine as well. It's just like,
as long as you change enough words, you'll still be able to get a good grade or a good mark on your homework.
Okay, it's kind of fuck. It's the same as what you just said. I don't go to school anymore. I'm a middle-aged man.
That's what I go to school for. Even
though no, but it's like I say, it's very dry. It's very standard. There's nothing remarkable whatsoever about the wine I'm drinking. It's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad in any way, but it's just if you want to be impressed, then you need to go elsewhere. If you're happy for just that's okay, yeah, then this is the wine for you. Probably good with food. Because that way you don't want it to like overpower anything, because it fucking won't. Yeah. I mean, I've drunk most of the glass already just because I was trying to figure out what the flavor was, and because it's quite.
It's just red wine. Tastes of red wine.
It tastes of. This is red wine.
It tastes of red wine.
I tell you what, guys, the reviews on #WineLads are getting better and better. Is this? I'm getting red wine.
I'm getting hints of red and wine in a glass.
Yeah. Oh.
So
it kind of reminds me of like something from a vineyard.
With wine tasting, right? So I remember there was an episode, and we're going back to Frasier again. There was an episode of Frasier where, and I might have mentioned this in the podcast before, but I don't care. Sticko, do you watch Frasier at all? Or have you watched Frasier in the past?
I used to watch Frasier, yeah, for sure. I wouldn't say I'm as much of a fan as you are, but I'm down with Frasier.
So the episode where Frasier and Niles were vying for Corkmaster, and they were doing a blind wine taste, right? And they had to guess, what the wines were. And it comes down to the last bottle, and one of them says it's one wine, and the other one says it's another type of wine. And then the guy's like, it's actually a blend. It's 55% this and 45% this one. And the brother who guessed the higher percent won. But surely it's more difficult to detect the lesser percentage of whatever blend that was. Right?
Well, yes. I understand your logic behind that. However, I guess that's more wrong than right.
This is the other thing. It is more wrong than right because the wine is more the other one than it is. But to be able to detect that it has hints of that another type, I think about this a lot.
I think it's fucking stupid. I think they just needed a tiebreaker wine. Like it's a blend. They both picked it. Fucking move on to another wine.
Well, no, that was the last one. That was the tiebreaker.
Are you telling me the wine club doesn't have access to an additional bottle of wine?
I guess if they had both got it right, they would have carried on.
They did both.
They didn't technically because they both got all the other ones right. It counted as though I think it was Niles' one because he guessed the one with the higher percentage. It's actually more tricky to guess the one with the lower percentage, I think.
I agree with that, but why did he ignore the overwhelming, not overwhelming, but the larger portion of it? Was he trying to be clever? And if he was, I'm glad he lost.
Well, there we go. There's many different angles to look at this, I think, and I think I need to go back and study it some more.
What was I going to ask you? So I was thinking about it, like I don't know if anyone's asked you, like, why WINELADS? Why did you start a podcast?
That's actually quite a good question. I suppose we've never explained this, have we?
Did we mention it ourselves in the first one? I can't remember. It's been
what's
so long.
What's the origin story?
So the way that I remember it, because I know it came up a few times before we started doing it. I'm just going to pour some more bloody wine while I'm telling the bloody story. But there was one time, many moons ago, in a town not too different from this one. It was this one, where we were out for, I believe, Mr. Boomer. It was Shell's birthday.
Okay.
We were at a little place in Sydney. It's called Bohemia for tapas dinner. And I know it came up there. I'm pretty sure it also came up when we were in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
And we were talking about WINELADS there. And it was just, we were talking, me and you were discussing about what bottle of wine that we should get at both of these meals. And then we were talking about how, we were bullshitting about how we knew about wine. And then we were, hashtag WINELADS came up, and it was like, we should do a podcast. It was all just drunken talk, and then lockdown hit, and we were like, fuck it, actually, boom, I think it was you. You're like, do you actually want to just, it's something to do. Do you want to do it now? Like, yeah, let's do it.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, that is that. Yeah, that's it. The first time I remember talking about it was at your brother's birthday. We went to that Italian place with the giant pepper grinder.
Oh, it did come up then as well. I think it's older than that, though.
Yeah, I think we'd already, everyone who was drinking with us or eating with us at that meal was already aware of our fucking around, talking about how we were hashtag WINELADS.
Have you told the story of the giant pepper grinder at that?
I might have done it in the first one, I think. I'll tell you anyway. So we were at this Italian restaurant in a town much like this one, to the extent that it was in fact this one of St. Neots, where the waiter was like wandering around like offering people black pepper with their meal, and we saw in the corner they had this pepper grinder which was about it's about a meter long. It's about a meter tall pepper grinder.
About accurate, yeah.
And it was just like sitting on the shelf. And when he got to me, like, oh, would you like some pepper? I go, only if I can have it out of that massive grinder. He went, yeah, all right then. So he just like clambered behind everyone, went up onto the top, like grabbed it, and just like this giant,
had pepper in it.
Actually had pepper in it. I was like, holy fuck, this is awesome. Yeah, that's brilliant. And yeah, so I remember talking about it then. That guy was a good sport. He was
that guy was a good sport.
I do love
what's that place in Sydney it's called?
I don't want to say Babbity Boopy.
You just said
I think you should.
We've been there a few times now. It's really, really, really nice. And anyone who's in or around the Sydney area, I'd highly recommend it when lockdown stops. I'm going to look it up now. Italian.
Yeah. So what was the place called?
It is called La Cucina.
What are the chances?
I left that pause so I didn't have to put in the Babbity Boopy. I've got to leave it in now.
I mean, we could say that again and just cut this whole bit out.
Okay, so what was it called?
La Cucina.
I mean, okay, that makes sense. That's what I was thinking, not the other thing I said.
The Family Guy joke that you made, which is already an established joke, so
it is already a thing.
It is. It's fine. It's fine. It's a joke. Calm down.
Yeah. So that was. I guess that's the origin, but
yeah,
maybe there should be an origin story told about how you two know each other and your history together.
Yeah, sure. So
steamy days at York.
It was a long time ago in a town very much like this one called Cambridge. So it wasn't like this one. It's a small city nearby.
Near to this one,
yeah, geographically near to where the two of us are.
Yeah. We're technically Cambridgeshire.
Yeah, so within Cambridge. We were in Cambridgeshire. Let's go with that. So I wanted to start a band and had a few songs written and needed a singer who originally was going to be jazz. Actually was the first person I had in mind for it. And then I got introduced to Sticko by Mo from Lonely the Brave, because he's a mutual friend of ours. And I said, like, a guy he works with, like, he's really good, you should have him instead. So basically I was like, yeah, all right. I know, I may not have said yes on the spot, probably. But I think then, like, you came to a house party of mine.
Yes, a barbecue.
Yeah, they had a barbecue of mine, and then I think like the guy who was playing drums was there, and Neil Casey was there as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Casey.
I love Neil Casey. Neil Casey is one of the fucking You're one of the best people you'll ever meet in your life.
If you love Neil Casey, leave it in the comments below.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you don't love Neil Casey, fuck off and stop listening to this. I have no time for you. I have absolutely no time for you. You are a poor judge of character. I'm not backing down from this either. Fuck you. No, Neil's. I mean, he's absolutely awesome. And anyone who would meet, spend like 5 seconds with him would know that. But anyway, so we were at a barbecue together. Got on.
Bob opened a bottle of wine with a shoe at that barbecue.
Did he?
He told us how to do that the other day. Or the other episode.
Oh, he did tell me that he'd done that in front of me before. Was it that? Is that when he'd done that? Okay.
Yeah, that's my first ever meeting with Bob was like just complete awe at someone who can open a bottle of wine.
It's all being tied up now with these episodes. The story arc is coming together.
Well, I'm going to take him down because I can open a bottle of wine with a glove. No, I can't. That would be good. That
would be awesome. I saw this guy he was on the news, and it did not deserve to be, because he was like, oh, during lockdown, you find out you haven't got a bottle opener in your house. Here's how you open a bottle of wine. Apparently he was a celebrity. I literally have no clue who this dude is. And so what he did was he screwed in a screw into the cork and then used an electric drill on reverse and then just like pulled it out with it.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
So I go, oh, come on, man. That is not... You have to have a toolkit.
Use a shoe.
Yeah.
Using a shoe is a good idea. That's impressive. Like, everyone's got a shoe. You're probably wearing a shoe.
Exactly.
And if you're in lockdown, I imagine there's a shoe in your house.
Grab your shoe. Any shoe will do. The one you're wearing. Take it off. Open your wine. It's fine.
Exactly. It's absolutely fine. So yeah, that was much better. Anyway, so yeah, then me and you we did a band called She's Dead Now.
We did.
Did we decide the name that night? It was at a different barbecue.
I think that was probably you were barbecuing all the while.
Yeah. Barbecue left, right, and centre back in those days.
Every day's a barbecue at Boomer's house.
Yeah,
just go around if you want barbecued stuff.
The summer of I don't know what year it was. Barbecuing left, right, and centre there. Everything a lot of barbecuing going on.
It was, but yeah, and then I think She's Dead Now. I don't know where that came from, but it's a good name.
I think it's because we all had a dead nan. I actually genuinely think that's what it was. We all had a dead nan, and that was bizarre. I don't know how that conversation. I think it was our first drummer Owen who may have come up with that concept.
Yes,
and through a drunken conversation between the four of us, we then decided on the name She's Dead Now. I don't know how we got even into the conversation of all of us having a dead nan each.
There would have been a fly on the wall in that conversation.
Yeah. Wait, tell you, it was a laugh a minute during our call. A laugh a minute.
Yes.
Oh, you got a dead nan? Me too.
We just become best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. we know each other so well. We finish each other's sandwiches.
So we did that for a few years. I don't know how long we were around for. So we did it's like a double A side and an EP recorded. So
yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. Yeah, very good. And we hung out a lot and went to a lot of gigs and went to Heavy Fest. That was great.
Yeah. I feel that was like the first proper bonding weekend I had with you and Neil, where we knew each other, we were mates, but we weren't close or anything. So we all went to Heavy Fest with Mo and Clarky. I had the best weekend. We became
it was great.
We became quite the characters, frequenting this one random bar in the middle of it, which we only left to watch bands and then instantly just all gravitated back to afterwards.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah. The bar. That was where we met the girl who had just had a tattoo in a van that was like a tattoo van at the festival.
Yeah.
And it looked slightly like me. And I was like, oh, I can't believe you just got a tattoo of me at this festival.
I was going to say, the van looked like you or the tattoo?
No, the tattoo. So just spent a lot of time winding her up about the fact that she had seen me and then just got a tattoo of me and how, it's a bit much. We just met.
It makes sense. I should have. If only I'd had access to this van.
I'm getting it right now.
Yeah, exactly. buzz. Yeah, so then that was that, and that was like, yeah, I miss Cambridge for the rock scene there, and you know, it's different here. If you wanna have gigs when you live out in the middle of nowhere in Portugal, then you need to put on gigs. So hence Unifant, which is a festival that we organise out here, which Boomer came and played with me at as well.
Ah, yes, I've seen pictures of this.
That
I didn't
was
realize that
one of the funnest weekends I've ever had in my life. I absolutely loved it so much.
It looked fantastic. It looked like a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun, and if all of this Corona stuff hadn't have happened, we would have done it again already.
But, they were supposed to play this year, wasn't it?
Are you going to do next year?
Yeah, we're actually, there's been a lot of big changes in the kind of Unifant thing. So it started just as a big party, like a 2-day thing for friends who live out here or live in kind of similar lifestyles, who all love live music and DJs and, you know, the festival vibe. And a friend of ours has got a big bit of land, perfect for it. So he had this big party and we did the deco ourselves, and it all blew down on the last night, and you know, it was really a rough thing. And then we did it again, and it was better, and then we did it again and it seemed more proper. And the last one that we did do, the year in between when you came out, Booms, was really awesome, but then got sort of, the police turned up and we got completely rinsed for not having licenses for anything, because it had,
oh shit,
yeah, because it had like grown organically from this thing, and
yeah,
it'd always been sort of on our radar, but Tobias, the guy whose land it is, was quite friendly with the local police, so he was always like, it's fine, and then it wasn't fine. But there was an amazing moment where the police had turned up and this guy was DJing called, I think he was called Captain Goofy, and they were like, he was in like a nautical thing with like a load of drunk guys being like nautical dancers, and he was just DJing like trash sort of stuff. And when the police turned up, then he put on boys, 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 all like dancing around like next to the police. It was really a funny moment, but then also in hindsight, probably not going to then be lenient on the fines.
Not the best move for that.
No. But it was funny.
At least he didn't play "Fuck the Police" by it.
Yeah, that would have been a big shift for him to play something as credible as "Fuck the Police."
should have played the Kids Are All Right, but every time I said kids, just put police.
So Unifant will be going ahead, and it's got next year, and we've got a proper association, and we've got all the licenses, and it's going to be bigger, and it's going to be better, and you know, should all come out. And I mean, also for you guys should come, because it's also there'll be work to do on the wine around that time.
Well, this was my thinking. We could, you know, if it's happening next year, given all rules are allowed, me and Boomer come out, do a live WINELADS or something like that.
Well, honestly, 100%. I'm up for coming, because I really wanted to come this year and I didn't. Yeah. So
it would be really easy to set up a wine tasting at like a couple of local vineyards. Like there's, honestly, if it was day and I would show you out the window, then it's just vineyard, like forest and vineyards. Like,
oh my God, that sounds amazing.
You know, there's a lot of wine here.
Oh, nice. I mean, I haven't seen your new place yet, because the last place when I came to stay with you, that place burnt down, didn't it?
Oh,
it did. Yeah, that's a good talking point. Yeah, there's a story there.
Let's move on to everything you owned getting burnt down.
Yeah, let's do that straight on.
Something awesome potentially happening next year.
A smooth segue.
I don't know. I guess it is a bad memory, but it's also, I don't know, it's one of those things, isn't it? Like, it's fucking life. When you move to like somewhere like this, or if you move to like California or whatever, like they're hot countries that have wildfires as part of the natural cycle of the forests that are here. Obviously it's getting worse, but yeah. So anyway, that last house that you came to did in fact burn. And fortunately we were in England when it actually happened. And we had our Elias, my son was only 3 months old, so it was would have been bad to have been there when everything was on fire. So it was a bit of a win to not be here, but I did lose a lot of lovely guitars and recording equipment. So there is always going to be a downside to it.
There's usually a downside to forest fires that destroy everyone's land. Yeah, I think it's quite safe to say there's a downside.
But there are upsides as well, you know, like it's been interesting, an interesting learning process to go through that, you know, like, you know, you sort of learn about value, like you learn a lesson about value, I guess. So that's been good. And then like in our new place, which is where I am now, I'm sat in front of the crate wall, which is kind of like
crate dragon.
Exactly. Yeah, well, it would have been better to be in the kitchen because then we could have put the crockery on it. Crate wall of china, that would have had a good ring.
Shut it all down.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm in Madeline's little like office zone here now. Our bed is just like literally there. But yeah, it's a small house, but I can't wait for you to see it. It's beautiful, and most of the time since the last time I saw you, or since the fires, I guess, has been spent like renovating the house and sorting out the land, and you know, just generally like nestling into a new place, which has been awesome. And tons of music stuff. Like it's been a long time in the sort of process of living out here for it to get me to find the right people and to find the sort of also just like find the time. Like everyone's so busy all the time. Like when you live on a farm, you don't believe, like it's exactly the same as if you lived in a city and had a job. Like the amount of effort and time that you're putting into it is exactly the same. Yeah, so music stuff's been going really well, playing in a band, like a kind of live electronic music band. It's like mostly improvised.
I saw some of it the other day when you were playing. You put some, didn't you? Unifan posted some of it while you're trying to figure out some stuff.
Yes, exactly. It was like a bit of a thing. Yes, they did. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, that was a bit of a mess. That one. That was.
It kept stopping and then trying to like adjust the camera and stuff. I'm like, oh fuck, man, I got a meeting in a bit. Can you play some more stuff? Come on.
Yeah,
I want to hear. I want to hear it.
It's a bit up and down. I mean, improvised stuff is, you know, you have to be like really have been playing a long time together to have like a tightness, or be like a really awesome musician, which none of us really are in that kind of way of just being able to like fucking whatever. But it's going well. And called Cave Bears. That's the and that name came about from having an obsession with Werner Herzog, you know.
Nice.
Yes.
Love it. I thought it was because you all had a dead cave bear.
I mean, that was an unlucky coincidence that we all did also have a dead cave bear.
What a Herzog.
Yeah, totally, man. And we got obsessed with him like in the early stages. William, the guy who sort of plays the drum machine and stuff in our little trio, is he's got a little sample pad thing. So we were like having lots of fucking weird samples in there. There was a lot of unusual Trump ones in the early stages, which were weird. It was a weird phase. And also, oh God, he still uses it from The Wire. You know, that guy who's like, shit. You know that guy?
I haven't seen The Wire either.
No, well, I'm not even going to get into that one because we've done this before, Boomer.
It's not hashtag
We've done it
WINELADS.
Before.
You want to talk Wire? You got a hashtag WINELADS. This is not that. This is not that show.
Okay, sorry, but
I will watch
anyway.
it one day. I'll watch it one day. Well, yeah.
The next phase was the next phase was Werner Herzog samples, which we've been sticking with a lot actually, because he's amazing. And just every time we'll bust out, because we don't know what samples he's got, so we're just like jamming and you know, and then all of a sudden you'll hear like cave bears, cave lions, and cave bears. Oh, like it's just
great impression.
That's really good. Yeah.
Oh, do you have
There
the one
is.
about how it's not a significant gunshot wound or something?
Oh
that's
no!
For those who don't know, like during one documentary, like some people like opened fire on them and Werner got shot. And I think like the people who were with him were like, oh, I think you really need to like go to hospital now because you literally just got someone just shot you. Just like, oh no, it's not. I'll spare the accent because I've been racially insensitive enough today. But I said basically, oh no, it's fine. It's not a significant bullet or not a significant gunshot wound.
This is the thing, though.
No, I'm just going to carry on. Like, I'm not even really going to put anything on it. I'm just going to carry on as normal. It's not worth my time.
But there's also certain phrases and certain words, and there's like sentences that are structured in the way that you can just picture him saying it. Like he's in the first series of The Mandalorian.
He is,
yeah. And there's a fucking fantastic line that he says when the Mandalorian comes back and he's done the job that he's asked him to do, and he says, let us indulge in libations to celebrate the end of our shared narrative. It's like, fucking hell, man. That's amazing.
Let us indulge in... I can't even do it. And there's certain words...
That sounds amazing.
Oh, dear. There's certain words. Like, so, Boomer, you've not obviously met... I've got a second kid now.
Yes, I've met that one, yeah.
Orlando, he's called.
Classic Portuguese name, as you told me.
Named after my favourite actor. No.
Johnny
Orlando
Depp.
Jordan.
Yeah, exactly. No, he was, it's a big Portuguese name. And we had a friend in the local village, Orlando, who was an amazing guy and looked after all of us. And he passed away last year. And it was...
oh, that's really nice.
You know... No, it's really nice that he died because
that's great.
That's great because I've got a friend called Orlando who died. We should start another band.
Orlando's dead.
Do you know anyone called Orlando who died? Sorry, I'll stop doing that.
He just did.
No, that's really cool though.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's cool that you've honoured the memory of her.
But the last time we played, then William had loaded up this sample of Werner Herzog saying Orlando, Orlando, and we were like doing, you know, it's quite like techno-y or whatever, and then just on the beat, every first beat, Orlando, Orlando. It was just, I was dying. I couldn't play anything.
Please tell me you've recorded that.
It is recorded. We've recorded all of our stuff, so we've
Send it to me. Send it to me.
So we're in the process at the moment, like, of trying to individually put some tracks together so we can kind of have a bit more structure to what we're doing. Like, it's been great to jam a lot, but all of us want to be able to like take it to the next level, you know. And I think you sort of need at least a rough idea of some songs to sort of take to create, I don't know, dance music. It's okay when it's like that kind of flowy, light stuff, but when you want it to be a bit more punchy, you know,
you need that hook to get people in.
Yeah, you need hooks,
and you need to be able to deliver that hook each time.
Yeah, and you need to be able to like punch things all together as well, you know, like, you know, it's very difficult to sort of all stop on the last beat and then start again when you're just jamming. Like, how do you do that with your eye? Yeah, we're gonna just stop on the next beat. That's like an eye code, you know, because you're performing, so you can't just turn and say, what do we get? Should we do a little stop on the do a little stop on the last beat here, guys?
You've got to say that with your eyes.
With your eyes, yeah, exactly.
Or not ventriloquist, that was mad, you can still hear it. It's not about lip reading. It's not about lip reading.
It's not.
Sorry.
Anyway, yeah. So that's where I'm at.
Awesome. No, fucking love it. It's so good to speak to you again, man, because I haven't seen you.
It's been
me and you
a
about
long
it,
time.
keeping in touch with each other.
Yeah, we were pen friends for one letter that you sent me, and then I never replied.
I think I sent you
That
2 or
was-
3, and I stopped sending them when you stopped replying, like I was getting shunned.
Honestly,
Felt he
man.
didn't love me anymore. Yeah,
I'll tell you what.
when he moved, when he moved there, we thought it'd just be cool because no one writes each other letters anymore. So we started writing actual physical letters and sending them to each other.
You use quill and ink.
Yes, quill and parchment.
Parchment.
It came in a scroll. It didn't.
Messenger.
It was just a letter.
What news
I would have done.
from the east?
I would have done stone tablet, but the postage was.
I assume that's why it never made it. It was a bit of slate. It just broke.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
But
I'll tell you what.
Message.
It's just a normal excuse now. I've got kids, mate. Honestly, can't do anything.
Fair.
Honestly,
No,
I
I
have
get
one hour a day to do something that you want to do.
Masturbate.
Masturbate and sleep. That's it.
Carl looked uncomfortable with that for a second.
See, I was uncomfortable with it.
Right. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Go on.
Sorry, it's your podcast.
You go.
I had another question. I'm just interviewing you on this podcast. This is WINELADS.
Go for it.
Turn around revealed. So, what is the? Well, firstly, Cal, like all I know about you is what I've seen on WINELADS, which is good. But you know, what's your deal? What are you into? What do you do?
Maybe I never did anything at all.
Whoa.
I don't know.
What's your guys' beautiful origin story?
This is what I was going to say. So
that's a better one.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to go back, and then it's going to be relevant, and then stuff. Okay. Cool. You understand.
I got it.
So I used to live in, there's a little village near St. Neots called Caxton, which I moved to from a village closer to Cambridge called Hawkston with my family. And this was back when I was in primary school. Lived there for a while. And then I ended up, I moved to St. Neots with my older brother. He had purchased a house, and I'd moved in there with him to, help pay the rent essentially, or the mortgage. And then I moved away from that house into Cambridge, but then I don't know why I ever did that, because all my friends were in St. Neots, so I always felt like I was missing something. And I then came back to St. Neots, and then one day I ended up moving into the house next door to my brother, which was the house that I originally lived in, which was great. So I lived next door to my brother and a couple of mates. And then one day, my friend who is now my housemate, Mr. Benjamin Science, who has been on the podcast before, he said, we're going to some drinks at my friend Boomer's house. Would you like to come? And I was like, yeah, sure, because I'd just come back from work or something, or I'd come back from doing something. I remember getting home shortly after, knock on the door. Ben was there with Boomer, who I had never met before, and it was like a hello. And then we went to the house for, I think it was Krampus drinks.
It's Krampus drinks, my annual event, my annual Christmas party, where we celebrate the life and times of Krampus.
And that was the first time that I met you, Boomer. And then somewhere between that moment and some other moment where I guess we got closer, I don't really know how we built up this relationship. I can't remember. I
think it's probably because I already knew Ben through playing shows together. The first time I met Ben was with you, Sticko, because he supported us at a gig at St. Neots Rugby Club when we played there with She's Dead Now.
Yeah,
that's how I met Ben. Okay. And then when I moved to St. Neots, I guess I'd known him from other gigs and just the gig scene in general. So when I moved to St. Neots, I only knew Kay from RTC and Dirty Kirst, the drummer, and I think Carl had moved out by then. And basically I just knew the Dirty Kirst boys and Ben was all the people I knew in St. Neots. So when I moved to Love's Farm, I just mentioned do you want to go for a beer or something like that? Just get a bit of the local flavour. Ben being the flavor, I guess, and that's not necessarily the flavor of Ben, but or maybe maybe get a little bit of Ben's flavor in me.
I guess because
so just went from there, like, and then I would then come and hang out.
Me and my partner at the time, we used to host people coming over, and you started coming over to a lot of those evenings, and then
so I guess Ben probably invited me to them, and
and then it just we developed our own. I wouldn't even be able to tell you how we developed our own sort of relationship that branched away from that, but all I can tell you is earlier this year, and obviously we've been friends for a while. We went to see Amiga the Devil. It's just me, Boomer, and it was Bob as well.
Bob joined us,
and it was a fucking great day out. I got so drunk. It was awesome.
That's because you didn't eat all day. We had to make you eat something like about. Like,
no, that's not true. I kept saying.
Oh, and also us drinking all day might have also had something to do with this.
I needed to drink. I was like, I need to eat because I haven't eaten anything.
Oh,
because I'm pretty sure I'd been drinking the night before, and I was like, I should probably eat something. So the first bar that we went to, I had a plate of chicken wings.
Dirty Dicks.
And it was Dirty Dicks. That's right. Yeah, it was Dirty Dicks. And then that was like, all right, I'm pretty good. And then, I think it ended up, we went to see Amiga the Devil. The fucking gig flew by so quickly, and then ended up me and Boom on a train back to St. Neots. And then it's 3 a.m, and we're in my living room.
Yeah,
don't go to bed.
Yeah. I guess so we just like as much as like say me and Sticko is like just sometimes I spark up a great sort of friendship with people, and you two are two of those friends.
Yeah, and I would count you as one of my. I mean, we're doing a fucking podcast together, so I would hope I would count you as one of my closest friends.
Absolutely, yeah. All 3 of you, even though you two don't know each other really well, but yeah.
Yes. If we go to Portugal next year, then we're all going to be
exactly
totally.
It's going to get crazy.
So fucking cool.
Thick as wine thieves. Well, we won't be stealing any wine, but
I might steal some.
Are we not going to do? Because I know like scrumping is a thing in the UK. Is there like a scrumping equivalent of stealing grapes from a vineyard? Scrumping being stealing apples, so scrumping being stealing cars.
I don't know what it's I don't know what it's called in Portugal, but it's definitely a thing. Yeah, it's definitely a thing. The kids will come onto your land, and if you've got like land with the sweetest grapes. So then paedophiles just grow the sweetest varieties and lure the kids.
Oh no!
Everyone knows that Farmer Sticko grows the sweetest grapes. We must go to him quickly now. Oh, exactly. Boomer, I bet the last of this is for you now.
Oh no, you drink it, mate. You drink. You've paid £17 for it. You should drink.
No. You need to have this. You need to try. I haven't been in the empty bottle club for a long time, and I'm not going to do it now.
Oh, have you done more? Have you done more than I have to? I've still got I've still got half a bottle left. Actually, I've been quite.
Mate, I've got nothing left. I've got 1 glass left, so that is yours.
Awesome.
Speaking of which, we still need to give the audience a tip, and we need to do a pairing as well.
Yes. Anyway, tips. We got tips.
We got
pairings. Yeah. I can't wait. I've been excited about this bit. This is like the WINELADS thing,
Oh, then why don't you go first?
Yeah, I am unprepared for this. So let's see. Yeah. I am not prepared.
Let's go.
Oh.
Yeah. Come on, right. So my tip is it's a documentary called Wolfpack. I don't know if anyone has seen it. No. Oh my God. It's
Give us
great.
A short rundown.
So it's basically about, I think it's 5 brothers or 6 brothers, all raised in this crazy family living in New York in the 80s.
I've heard of this.
Yep, heard of it.
Yeah, and they they're not allowed outside at all. They lived inside for years and years, and then they become proper cinephiles, as you would if you weren't allowed outside and you lived in New York fucking city. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's where they live is not like here where not, if you don't go out, well, but this is in the middle of New York City, I think, is where they live. And they're just not allowed out because of their kind of, they've got like I think it's like Christian thing, or I don't know.
Some
Anyway,
bizarre American sect
some
of
bizarre
Christianity
stuff.
where it's weird.
Anyway, I don't want to
Weirder.
say any more other than that they start to remake Hollywood films that they love all together, with the 5 or 6 of them playing all of the parts. One of them literally watches through the video, the one who's kind of like the writer, or I don't even know, he's like kind of, it's very interesting. There's so many cool dynamics, and it's there's so many levels to it, because you're like, I love these guys, they're making films that I love, remaking them like terribly with homemade props in a flat in in New York.
It sounds amazing.
But also there's so much going on that, you know, these guys are amazing, and yeah, I would recommend it to anyone. It is so fucking bizarrely feel good. Like you there's darkness there with what's going on for them, but like generally you end that film just being like, fuck, I feel good.
That's a great tip. Oh yeah, I did, like I said, same as I've heard about this film. I think I saw like a brief article on it and just thought that looks really interesting. And well, obviously now you've told me, oh shit, I will. 100% I'll watch that.
And like a quick I won't go into a description, but last night we watched a YouTube documentary that was called Where Dreams Go to Die, and it's about this really peculiar ultra marathon in North America, and this one guy who's trying to like complete it, and it was great. It was free, it's on YouTube, check it out, Where Dreams Go to Die. It was great. Both of us were like, that's brilliant, and instantly went online to like find out more about the guy. And yeah, that's also really worth a good watch. Wolfpack, Where Dreams Go to Die. Double tip for you guys.
Double tip.
Nice. Oh, you got anything, Cal?
I do. I do have a tip for the people listening or watching at home, or on the bus, or maybe on the train, or maybe you're not even here at all. No, but my tip is, first of all, so my laptop that I normally use, keyboard stopped working.
Okay. That's
Get
a
fucking
fucking
coloured
fancy
keyboard.
Is it from Tron? Is it changing colours as we're looking at it?
The colours are moving along. I can speed the colours up. I can slow the colours down. I can have it one solid colour. I could turn the colours off. It's pretty fun. I enjoy it.
I can tell you something now. You're not running off of solar panels. Ain't nobody around here getting coloured lighted keyboards that change colour.
Do you want it to be black and then a different shade of black during the day?
Exactly.
Maybe a hint of grey.
Yeah, it's got a really satisfying. I don't know if you can hear that.
Ooh, old
It's
school.
a really satisfying press down and a sound that comes from it. But no, my ultimate tip is,
Love the double tip. Fuck.
give orange wine a go, because this shit is blowing my mind.
I'm so excited to try it.
I've never,
too.
what's left in here, Boomer, is for you. I'm going to save this for you.
Where can we get it? In the comments below.
I will.
You're so much better at this than we are, Sticko. We never interact with anybody. I'll tell. Like and subscribe. I'll forget later. Do that.
In the comments, well, I will.
We're on Instagram and Facebook. I've never told you this before.
Facebook.com / #WINELADS probably.
It's hashtag WINELADS, but it's the word hashtag, because you're not allowed to do a hashtag. The word hashtag. So if you want a hashtag WINELADS, don't just do it the other way. The pound sign hashtag. Moving on. Carry on with what you're saying.
No. I will put a link in the, or will put a link. Actually, Boom will put a link because he does the video uploads in the YouTube thing for where I got this from. But Invasion of Great Taste. Look it up. I looked this up and it got some
that sounds
reviews.
Weird when you say like it's an invasion of great taste. Like, oh,
I know.
I don't think I asked for that.
Well, it's forcing on you. But no, orange wine.
What,
give it a go.
No, I'm not going to say one. I'm going to stop myself there.
Look into it.
I don't think forced.
That's another wine lads first.
Yeah, that is a first. I've normally just edit that shit out.
Also, if my other tip is, I got a third tip.
Fuck.
Yes.
Because the PlayStation 5 is out today, and while I've been on this podcast, I've just knocked my microphone over. While I've been on this podcast, I've been waiting for it to arrive because it dispatched at 9:50 a.m. yesterday, and it's only mere minutes ago arrived at my house. All my other friends have got their copies. Don't get your hopes up for consoles arriving on the day of release because you've just hurt yourself.
Well, in fairness, it did arrive on the day of release.
It did, but it didn't arrive in the morning like everyone else did. First world problems, I know, but every time a new console releases, something goes wrong for me.
I feel for you, man.
Yeah.
That's my tip.
I literally don't. I have no idea.
It's ultimate first world problems. It's downstairs right now. There's no problem.
I'd love to come round
and
play. That's like the only thing. The thing that makes me sad is that I don't live in St Neots and I can't come round now and just play. But
the thing that makes me sad is also that you don't live in St Neots and you can't come round and play.
Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, totally.
So have you ever give up on? Have you ever decided that looking out onto a beautiful landscape and living this wonderful freedom that you have there is a bit too great? Feel free to come back and get a regular job and just fucking be one of the us.
What are you saying? We're supposed to go out the next year, and I'm going on there on your coattails.
I know. Obviously, this is sarcasm. He's not going to do this.
I'm not going to do this. No, never.
He's not going to cut. What you're saying?
I've heard of this sarcasm.
Yeah,
I've heard about it a lot.
Yeah,
I don't quite understand it.
Have you seen any of the area where he lives in? It's fucking beautiful. It's amazing.
I'm hoping to see it next year.
Well, fucking hopefully will. If everyone can fucking stop fucking touching each other and breathing on each other's faces for 5 fucking seconds.
Stop licking each other, people.
I know it's hard. Just stop it.
Yeah, for sure.
Not in general. Just for a while.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a bit.
Anyway, moving up.
What's your tip, man? We've
had like 7 tips so far.
Something like that, yeah.
We're hitting up the
5,
tips.
But yeah.
Okay.
Have you got any tips at all?
Yes, I've got one. So this is one for you songwriters out there, and for people who like play stuff, or if you're a poet or anything like that. If you need to write something down and then read it back to yourself. So these are conveniently in my room, so this works because there's music things in here. So this is the greatest notebook I ever bought in my life. So this is like been one I got off a little shop in Camden Market ages ago, and I meant to go back and buy another one, but then COVID happened, so I couldn't go and buy one. So basically it's like a handmade notebook from recycled paper, but the beauty of it is that when you lay it down, it stays open. Now seriously, for anyone, this is actually, I can see Sticko's face instantly, the fact that this is a really rare thing when you use a notebook, and if you're writing down lyrics and you want to like play a song or anything like that, finally if you like turn a page and look at it, it stays closed. This is such a I'm not even just like holding it down like I forced it. I'm just going to turn another page so people who look at the video can see it. It just stays like that. This is incredibly rare. Just to find these things.
Very rare.
One of the reasons why is because it's like got string binding down the middle, and it's a nice soft papery thing on it. It also looks a bit like the Book of the Dead, which is
it does, the Necronomicon.
And I've been very impressed with it before.
It looks really cool. So this is like my favorite ever like lyric book I've ever had.
Get myself one of those. That's the
problem
tip.
is you can't fucking find one of these anywhere. It's pissed me off so much.
Tip is.
However, no, wait for it. There's more coming. So this arrived in the post today. So I have ordered myself a new book. So this one is handmade in Nepal. And again, it's not as good as the last one. I'm going to be honest. It's not as good as it doesn't look like the Necronomicon, but it does have like, it's got some cool like sort of Indian designs on it. It's a lovely pink color. The light's making it look a little bit skewed.
Indian or Native American?
Indian. Yep. So it is not Native
You do
American
have to check with Boomer. You do have to.
Oh, I don't. How dare you? It is neither Native American nor is it First Nation. It is. But again, I finally found another book that will stay open while you open it. It's news for many to do a little bit of like trinity, but again, it's not quite as good. Not quite as good, but you can see it's another handmade, 100% handmade.
The key is handmade, I guess.
Yeah, all recycled. Same bit of string as well. I don't know, like the string looks exactly the same. Maybe it's just that one's likely also from Nepal or something like that. But
made in a factory in China, all the same, just with like different stickers on.
I am assured by eBay that this is handmade, and eBay
I'm only
can't
joking.
lie, right?
I'm winding up. They never do.
That's my
entirely true.
Yeah, I mean the majority of it's true, right?
For sure. Well, all of it, not just the majority. Stop playing it down. It's all
yeah. Well, I mean Trump's on the internet, so
I mean he's real.
As far as he knows, it's true. He's not lying. I think he's just that stupid. Right. But anyway, so that's my tip. It's basically get a handmade notebook, make sure it's from like all recycled paper. Actually, just be reusable in general is my tip. Like, don't buy fucking disposable things where you can. Get reusable things. And to find something like this one in particular is from, I think the seller's name is the Rainbow Rebel. So you can get a notebook that if you want to write a song, it will lay flat. You can open the pages, it will stay, and you can actually fucking read it, which is such a fucking rare treat. Just as an example, here's a different notebook which I was writing in until then. Let's fucking open up a page, shall we? And that just instantly closes. That's how notebooks generally are. Fucking terrible. I'm thinking, fuck off.
Off the yoga ball as well.
Yeah, exactly. I'll take that.
That was a shot. Double.
Yeah. Double fuck you to that book. Exactly. Do I need to give another tip, I guess?
You don't need to.
You don't need to, but I'd take any more tips going. I love tips.
What's on the desk?
I'm a life hack addict.
Okay.
I love it.
If you would like to buy an excellent folding knife, then I'm going to...
Opinel.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, of course you know what this is, my man. This is an outstanding... Basically, if you want to buy like one knife in your life just for like general use, the opinel, I think this one's... I can't remember what number it is. It's all to do with the length of the blade or the length of overall. So it's either like an 8-inch or a 4-inch. I think it's a number 8. So I think it registers the entire length, and that looks about 8 inches. But yeah, it's an outstanding knife. Yeah, it's really good quality. I mean, back to Bob again. One time we went to Red Rooster, which is like this country and blues and roots festival we go to sometimes. Obviously not this year, but other years we've gone there, and like he did the driving, and so I was like, "Do you want some petrol money or something like that?" And we ended up with this weird tradition where he would not ask for. You right?
I just sneezed, and that really hurt my back.
Oh shit!
You okay?
I'm good. Yeah, that's sneeze in my whole fucking body.
Well, I'll keep this short.
Carry on.
So we ended up with this like tradition of me buying him things as a present instead of giving him petrol money because it's more interesting. So instead of like giving him like, oh, here's like 20 quid petrol, I would buy him something. So when we were camping the first time, I always bring a knife when I'm camping because it's just a fucking useful thing to have. I get annoyed at all the.
You're not an idiot.
No, exactly. Don't go camping without a fucking knife. Because the amount of times you'll need one is fucking ludicrous. I'm so annoyed that I can't just carry one in general. I'm not going to stab anyone. It's actually a really useful thing to carry around. But obviously I don't because of fucking, it's now illegal to do so. But so I got him this knife because like when we were doing the camping, we had to cut some guy ropes because like they got all completely tangled into a mess. Fortunately I had a knife, used that. He commented it was a nice knife, so I bought him one of them instead. I also bought him another time I bought him some Hemingway books or something like that as a
Nice.
Yeah, so I think that's another tip as well. Don't always give people just like straight up cash. Maybe give them a present instead, something that they wouldn't have necessarily bought for themselves, unless they specifically asked for cash. Should give them cash, but maybe float that idea. You can like educate them, give them something new, different. Not like that Bob needed educating, but he'd not read as much Hemingway as he would have liked to, so I bought him some Hemingway books, and yeah. Oh yeah,
that's the best tip of all. That's the best tip of all. And the following tip, you're following up with another great tip. I love it.
Yeah, Hemingway. Read some Hemingway. Oh, just read more. The Old Man and the Sea is probably my favorite book ever. It's only like 100 pages or something like that, but fuck, just sit down, bash that out. You won't regret it. It's fucking great. Out of it.
How's your back, Cal? You're right.
It's all right. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine enough to hear some pairings.
Shit.
Yes. Pairings. Well.
Right. We've got to speed these pairings up because we have.
Let's just do it, man. We have
got time. Let's box these ones out.
I've got a pairing.
Right.
I've got a pairing. This wine is just like normal wine. It's just bland. Well, it's not bland, but it's just. It has nothing of note about it. So it pairs very well with just the year 2020 and a sense of doom. I think I'm just gonna pair this because in a year where so much is going on, maybe it's good to just drink wine that's just red wine. You know, maybe you don't need more excitement than global pandemic in your life. You know, that's what I'm saying. I'm pairing it with global pandemic.
And why the fuck not?
And that's the hurried explanation. That's it. Because fuck, I need a bland drink right now.
There's a time and a place for everything, and sometimes there is a time. God damn, get that man a bland drink. He's overstimulated.
Exactly. Yeah, so there you go. That's me. If you if you do want to, it's Bottivellia, if you are feeling to indulge the global pandemic, get yourself a bottle.
Tell you what, I am stunned that the old boot is not spectacular and flamboyant. Exactly. It's kind of, it just does what it says on the tin, really. I know. It's the wrong still of wine.
I felt like it was going to be ironic. That was my whole feeling about it. But
I ruined it.
It's not. No. I just mean what I thought the name Bottivellia was going to be kind of ironic. That it's like old boot sounds like a load of shit. Yeah. This is the one. No, it's just standard.
So you thought it'd be like it looks like an old boot, but it's going to taste like, you know, a beautiful flamingo.
Exactly. The best flamingo.
Oh, I fucking love flamingos. Such majestic creatures.
Can anything that just stands on one leg be truly majestic, though?
Maybe it can. Yeah, why not? Why the fuck don't you? Are you telling them that they can't be majestic because they only have one leg? In 2020,
they have two legs.
They
have two legs. They have two legs, but they just stand on one. But that feels like it's not a very majestic pose to just stand on one leg. Like if you stood on one leg right now, I wouldn't be like, look at that.
Flamingos are gorgeous. Don't worry about it.
Oh no, Vicky's back.
Next pairing.
I had one. I came up with one earlier, and I completely forgot what mine is. So if you've got a pairing, I'll not listen and try and remember what mine was.
I do have a pairing, and I'm going to tell you that pairing right now. The pairing that I have for my wine. Let me reiterate the name of the wine that I have drunk tonight. That wine was Invasion of Great Taste. Now, the pairing that I'm going to give for this wine is something that I liked the look of, but I wasn't sure how it was going to taste. Now, the album that I'm going to pair this with is an album that I like the look of. It was recommended to me, but I wasn't sure if I was going to like the taste. But indeed, I did in the end. And that album is The Get Up Kids, The Guilt Show. It's a fantastic pop punk kind of emo album that I really enjoyed. And I would recommend you to listen to it when you get the chance. I believe the album is on Spotify. So search The Get Up Kids Guilt Show. Or The Guilt Show. I can't quite remember.
That's my recommendation.
Bravo, sir. Bravo.
Wow, that killed me. Come on, Beams. Right, man.
Right.
I got to put the kids to bed, yo.
Right. Okay. I'll keep it as short as I can for this one. This one is an album I haven't listened to in a very, very long time. This Seppa Labrel Rioja is paired with The Hunter by Mastodon. So
lovely.
Mastodon are a fucking incredible band, or at least they were until that album, because that album, quite frankly, was a letdown. It was a 5 out of 10 album. There's loads of really positive things about it, but then they would do, like, say, you start off really good, like, say, I got some nice flavors in there, it's all the flavors lovely, and then it would just be a bit shit. So, like, you think, like, oh, that tastes nice, but it's a bit thin. Well, that does this, but it's a bit that, and that one does this, but it's a bit that. So almost every track on the album was either like not very good, or the one was good, or the other one was like, that's good start, that's bad, or it was like a shitty verse and bridge, and then it was like a great chorus. So it all basically ended up leveling out, being a 50-50. And I think that sums this wine up perfectly well. I don't dislike it, because I still listen to that, and I don't hate it, but there's just so much better available, and they could have done a fucking better job.
I agree. That album is one of those weird albums where, like, there's lots of good riffs in that album.
Yeah.
There's lots of good stuff going on. Great drum feel. Like the drummer is
He's
fucking insane.
Yeah.
But on the whole, every track you end up feeling a little bit shortchanged.
Yeah, and that
maybe
is,
it's like this. Every sip feel a little shortchanged.
Exactly. And that is how it is. So we will call it a day there. And thank you very much, everybody, for listening to this. Thank you very much, Sticko, for joining us.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's been fucking brilliant. I really enjoyed that.
You made the mistake of inviting me on, who is just someone who just talks incessantly. So, that's on you. But no, it's been amazing.
It's been a bloody great time.
It's been great.
All that's left to do is our last traditional gargle, and then you are free to go.
Yeah, sorry, Boom. I'm going to need to take a little bit more from the amount that I'm going to give you. There we go, just a 10. Just a bloody 10. I didn't spin up my laptop. No, I didn't. That's fine. Okay, here we go.
Thank you, everybody. I've been Boomer.
I didn't get to do a silly name at the beginning of this because I don't think we introduced ourselves, but
we didn't.
No, we forgot.
Thalmage Sandalwood. I'm a baker,
yeah.
and I'm looking for my next shot at the big time.
But do your friends call you Cal?
My friends do call me Cal. I forgot that bit. Fuck, Jesus Christ! This is the problem when I've been drinking before I do the silly name. God damn it.